Hi everyone. In the today's class, we'll be discussing about some concepts related to the data types. Okay. So first, let us discuss about what is the meaning of data types over here. So why the data types is important once in Power BI. Okay. So in order to understand the data type, first you need to understand what is the meaning of data type. The data types in Power BI means the type of information which is stored inside the column, we call it as data type. Okay. So when you look at the types of data types, there will be three types of the data types. The first data types, we call it as text data type. We have number data type. Third one, when we have date or time data type, logical data type, and binary data type. But out of these five data types, the first three data types are important. That is text data type, number data type, and date data type. What is the meaning of text data type? If inside the column any text is stored, that means any characters or any text is stored, that data type we call it as text data type. And if inside the column, in a table inside the column, if the numbers are stored, the numbers may be whole numbers 1, 2, 3, or the numbers may be decimals. Those data type, that is called as number data type. Or inside the date column, only date is stored, or along with the date and timestamp is stored, then we call it as date data type or date or time data type. So if you want to, and there are other data types called as logical. If inside true or false are there, we call it as logical data type. If any binary numbers are stored, we call it as binary data type. Okay. Now let us see how this type of the data types will look in the Power BI. When you look at the Power BI, so let me minimize this and let us see in the Power BI how this data types will. See, suppose right now I am in the row ID. This is the first column. I want to see what type of the data type. Inside what we have, inside we have the numbers, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are called as whole numbers. So the data type it is detected here, it is whole number data type is detected. And when I come to order ID, see in the order ID, we have some text. CA is the text. Okay. And we have numbers 2016. These are called numbers. If inside the column, if the text and number both are stored, if inside the column we have text and we have the numbers, text and numbers, if it is stored, we call that data type as text data type. So alphanumeric characters by default will also store as the text data type. That means if inside a column, along with the text, you have the numbers, we will code that as a text data type. Okay. Now, when you come to the order date, see inside the date information is stored, the data type, the information stored inside the column is date, and you can detect the data type as a date data type. And ship date, it is also date, right? Inside we have ship date, the data type detected is date data type, you can see here. In the ship mode means inside second, first class, these are the text and the data type stored is text data type. Similarly, customer ID. What is the difference you can find in the customer ID? You can store it as text. CG is the text. 12520 is numbers. If inside the data type text and both numbers are stored, we call it as text data type. So in the customer name also, you can see you have the customer names over here. Okay. This is the customer names. So the customer names is also a text data type over here. Okay. So this is how you can able to see the data types that inside the customer name, these are the numbers, the customer names are stored in text. That way data, we call it as text data type. So this is the meaning of data types. These storing and first after seeing what are the different type of the data types and we can what is the importance of the data types also we will be seeing because assigning the first character data type is the first and foremost step that you in the Power Query. Like as long first you load the data, once you load the data into Power Query, you will see first whether data types are assigned correct. And once we discuss about all type of the data types, what happens if you store the data type as wrong? And that is also very important concept. By doing some practical session, you can understand what is the important of the data type. So let us see how many data types are there for this and what is the importance of this. See, if it is hello world, these are text data type. 123 main street. 123 you have a number and also main street you have text. If you have numbers and text, we call it as text data type. Join die we have text and this is called as text data type. Number data type. See, 1, 2, 3, these are numbers. 3.14 minus 45.4, these are called decimal number and the data type detected is number data type. And date and time, you have the date 24 to 2024 026 12:30 45 p.m. 2024. Yeah, that means you have the date and time. That data type we call it as date and time data type. If only date will be represented, you will code that it as date data type. If along with the date, see here, date along with time is there, then we call it as date time data type. So if in a particular column only true or false is stored, we call it as logical data type. If binary information is stored, but this is not used in the real-time purpose, so if the binary information data is stored, we call it as binary data type. And there is some important thing that you note here. Unique identifiers are stored as text data type. First, you need to understand what is the meaning of unique identifiers. Unique identifiers means the identifiers which are unique to an individual. Suppose Aadhaar card. See, Aadhaar card is unique for any person, right? No two persons will have same Aadhaar card number. But this Aadhaar card number has 12 digits. That is numbers. You may think that we can store it as number data type. But as these are unique identifiers, in the Power BI, you need to assign the text data type to them. Any all unique identifiers, we can give it as text data type instead of even though it contains numbers because those are unique identifiers. PAN card. You have the PAN card alphanumeric characters. Some you have numbers and some you have text, right? So alphanumeric PAN card that you can store, you must store it as text data type. Some postal code 504209, like these numbers will be there. But these are unique identifiers. Like every particular area will have a particular pin code number. That's why even it contains the numbers, you can store it as a text data type. Zip code. So when you join in a company, employee ID, you will get an employee ID, but employee ID in the form of numbers. But don't store that as a number data type because as it is a unique identifier, you need to store it as text data type. Apart from that, your ration card number, your voter ID number, your driving license number, okay, your some account number. So even these are unique for an individual, right? So all the unique identifiers will be stored as text data type because this is a common interview question they will ask. Even other card has numbers, zip code, they has numbers. By default, you can think that they can store as a number data type because as they are unique identifier, you need to store them as text data type, which is very important. Okay, that is the importance of the data type. See, data type what is meant by the data type? Data type represents the type of information stored in the column. Data type represents the type of information stored in the column. See, if it is numeric information, we call it as number data type. If text is there, special characters are there, or combination of text, number, text, and special characters. Sometimes you have text and some special characters like alpha, at the rate. So special characters, text plus number, special characters plus number, text, special characters, if both are present in a single column, you will code that as a text data type. If date information is stored, we can call it as date data type. So here, these are the some of the example they have given over here. See, customer name, address, product name. These are the text data type. Sales amount, quantity, age. So sales amount, quantity. Those amount will be present whole number or decimal. Whole numbers or decimals are stored in as a date data type. Sales date, birth date, time. We can call it date data type or time data type or date or time data type. So is valid, accepted or rejected, true or false, we can give the data type as true or logical data type that you will mention. So this is the importance of the data type that you will be using over here. Now let us understand in this data types only. Let us see what you can ask me, sir. If I assign the data numbers as wrong, what happens actually? What is the problem that you face if if I give the incorrect data type? Okay. So now we are in the Power Query. Let us see some. I will go back to the Power BI. Okay. From here, from Power Query, if I want to go to Power Query, I need to click on close and apply, right? Hmm. Let us see what happens if I give the wrong data type. See, now I will take one chart like called as one card visual. In the card visual, let me take as sales. Yeah, 2.3 million sales. Just out of this in the order table, we have total sales. If you club it, is giving 2.3 million. Well and good. Okay. Now I will go and change the data types of this sales. So what is the data type which is given to the sales? Let us see. So to make any transformation from where you need to go from the Power BI desktop, you need to go to the Power Query, right? So here, from here, I will go to transform data, right? Transform data. In the transform data, where I will go here, in the sales column, I want to go, right? So let us go to the sales column. So if you want to go to the column, here we can choose the columns, click on go to and click on sales, select the sales and okay, you'll directly go to the sales column. Yeah, sales. Now in the home tab, in the sales, what is the data type of this sales? If somebody asks. What is the data type? See, you check the data type. It is a decimal number because inside the decimal numbers are stored. We call it as decimal data type. Okay, decimal data type. Now, what I will do, I will change this decimal data type to text data type. Now it will throw a warning. So, do you want to replace it? Do you want to replace the data type? Yes, I want to replace. So, replace current. See, I have replaced the data type. Okay, I have replaced the data. Now, let me see, once we change this data type, you have changed this data type. Okay. You have made some transformation. Now try to click on this close and apply. So that means if you want to save the data. Once you click and close and apply, let us see over, see, your visual you are getting wrong. So you are getting the error in the visual. If I take a sum of sales over here, card visual, if I select the sales column over here, I'm getting 0.444 sales. That means it is wrong. Here also previously you used to get the values, but you are not getting the values over here. You are getting the errors. See the details. See something wrong it is there. Like fields need to be fixed. Something wrong with one or more fields in the orders table, in the order sales, there is something issue is there. Okay, we need to fix that issue. What is the issue? Because this sales, it is a number data type, that means decimal number data type, but we have changed to text data type. That's why you are getting the wrong visuals. Now what I will do, I will go and try to correct I will go and try to correct that, change the data type again. So in the Power Query. Right now in the Power BI desktop, I will go to transform data. Once you go to the transform data, you can go from Power BI desktop to Power Query. Okay, Power Query. Now what you will do? Come to sales column over here. Come to sales column. It's sales. Now data type, it will be, I will again change to decimal number. Replace current. See your data type is changed. Data type is changed. Okay, again, it is changed to decimal number. Now, if you want to save this transformation, how you can change? Try to click on close and apply. Now, let us see whether you will get the correct values for this particular. See, 2.3 mils you got. Now I will recreate this chart. I will delete this chart. Okay, I will try to create new visual over here. See, one card visual selected. Now take the sales. Again, you will get 2.3 million. That means this is the correct. But when you change the data type from here, the sales data to sales, it's the decimal number. If you change it to text data type, you are getting the errors. And here it is 0.44 like that. That means if you not assign the data types, you will get the wrong values. So giving the correct data type, because by mistake, if some you are working on some data where the HR, some HR data where they are entering the field manually, so they have not assigned the data type correct, and if you are not even inside the data is correct, but assigning the data type is wrong, then even though you will use that values in the visual, you will get the wrong values, and you should not share the wrong values to the client. It is first duty of a Power BI developer to check whether your data types are working correct or not. If it is text inside, we call it as text data type. If it is number or decimal, we call it as number data type. If it is date, we call it as date data type. If it is date and time, we call it as date and time data type. If they are called logical true or false, we call it as logical data type. And if it is binary number is stored, we call it as binary data type. But three data types you will mainly we will be using text, number, and date data type. And importance of the data type is if you not assign the data type correctly, and you will visuals will go wrong. So that is the important, and all the unique identifiers, even they contains the number, they will be stored as text data type. Example, Aadhaar card, PAN card, like ration card number, employee ID, okay, zip code, okay, PAN card. These are the numbers which may contains the numbers, but as they are unique identifiers, they should be stored as a text data type. Okay, that is the importance of the data type concept. Now, coming to the second topic in this, we will try to understand the filter concept. In Power Query, will be study about what type of the filters which are there in Power Query. In the first beginning of the class, we have seen Power BI filters in Power View, like visual level filter, page level filter, report level filters that we have studied in Power View. But in the within the Power Query, how many types of filters are there and what is the use of that filters that you will study? So, as per today's class, let us study about two types of filters. That is, okay, text filters and number filters. And date filters we'll study in the tomorrow class because that date filters will take 1 hour time. So right now we are in the Power BI desktop. From the Power BI desktop, I want to move to Power Query. How I can move from the Power Query useful for transforming your data. You can click on this transform data from here, then you can go to the Power Query edit. Right. Now, now let us see over here. How you will able to see understand the Power Query, like in the Power Query the filters. So three types of filters are there. I have already said what type of the three different types of the filters are there in Power Query. So let me write here in the notepad. Types of filters in Power Query. I will try types of filters in Power Query. First one we call it as text filters. Next, we call it as number filters. Third, we call it as date filters. These are the three filters. Types of filters. First one, text filters, number filters, and date filters. These are the three types of the filters that we have in the Power. Okay, three types of filters. Text filters, number filters, and date filters. Let us discuss about what are the text filters. Okay. See. In order to understand the text filters, first you can go and see it, and you can apply those in the any filter which contain the state. See, this is the state column. So you want to see the filter that you can click on over here, this filter. Now, in this text filter, first we'll study what is the meaning of equals, does not equals, begins, ends with, does not ends with, contain, does not contain. So I will come to text filter equals. I will try to filter. Now, So I want to filter out the state or different types of states are there. I want to filter out the states which are equal to California. Only California state I want. There are 28 states are there, but I want to filter out the state equals to California. Just click on OK. See, you will getting all only California. Out of all, you are getting only California. That is called as equals to. Okay. Now here you can go and say, if you want to select that filter, you can come over here. And if you want to go to same filter, you can click on gear icon, this gear icon. See, state equals to California. But now I don't want the California. I want the in Mexico. So you can click on state equals to New Mexico. Click on OK. You will get only New Mexico values. You can see out of all this, only New Mexico is highlighted. So like that, you can apply the filters over here. But you can ask me a simple question. So now I want a state equals to New Mexico and a state equals to California. Two states I want. Just now we have seen individually. Now I want to filter out state equals to New Mexico and a state equals to California. When you click on OK, you might think that I will get a New York, New Mexico values I will get, and also I will get the filters of California. But when I click on OK, you will get the blank values. Let us see. If you want to see it. See, I'm getting one blank. Now you can ask me, sir, we have selected the filters correct. Keep row state equals to New Mexico and state equals to California. I should put New Mexico and California values, but I'm not getting and I'm getting the results as empty. The reason for the answer for this, you have selected and. That means you are asking the power query filter state equal to New Mexico and state equals to California. No state will have two names. Single state will not have two names, right? And when we use and, if the both the conditions will satisfy, we will use the and. Okay. If out of the two conditions, if it should state equal to New Mexico and state is equal to California, if it satisfies two condition only, that two conditions are satisfied, then we will use and. But as a logical thing, a single state we cannot will have two names. That's why using of and will not make any sense. And instead of that operator, you can select or. Or means if any one of the conditions out of the given condition, if any one of the conditions satisfies, it will give the final result. State equals to New Mexico, it will give the New Mexico. Or if the state is equal to California, give that value. Or means anyone. If state equal to New Mexico, give that value. Or state equals to California also you can give. That means if any one of the conditions satisfies, it will give the final output that is called as or condition. Now, if you select state equal to New Mexico instead of and, if you select or state equal to California, as you, or you have used or, if any one of the conditions satisfied, it will give the result. Here you have New Mexico and California. Now, if you select on OK, you will get the New Mexico values and California values. If you want to check, you can see here. See, the state is equal to, you can see California values, you can see New York value. And as a common mistake students are making, they are selecting and operator, and we'll study about the and operator while doing the tax. And means if all the mentioned conditions, if both the conditions are met, then you can use true. True means true. Otherwise, true. Otherwise, it will give the false. Okay, that you can see here. Right. Now you can go to the filter rows. Now these are two. Now there is one option called as advanced. There is one option called as advanced. Now you can ask me state equals to California or state equal to Newmark, and I want to filter out three or four states. Now I will add one class over here. State equals to, I want to add New York. Now here also again, you should not select and you need to select add class. Again also you need to select or, don't use and. Because if all the conditions satisfies, only you need to use. But if you select or, if any one of the conditions satisfied, it will give. That's why you need to select or. And state equals to, I'm selecting instead of New York, I will try to select something Conrad. Now, if I select on OK, and if you add new class, Again, instead of and, try to select the or. Here, try to select equals. Now try to select over here like Michigan. Now state equal to California, New Mexico, New York, Colorado, Michigan. Click on OK. Now see the result. The 5 states that you have selected, only that 5 states data will be reflected over here. If you want to see it, then see California, Colorado, Michigan, New Mexico, New York. Okay, 5 states. So this is how you can filter the data. See, this is called advanced filtering. They will ask what is the main difference between the basic filter and advanced filter. With the help of the basic filter, you can filter only 2 attributes. But if you want to add, apply the filter on multiple attributes, 3 or 5 conditions that you want to mention, 4 or 5 attributes. In that condition, you need to go for advanced filtering. Basic filtering, you can apply the filters on at 2 levels on only 2 attributes. If you want to apply filter on more attributes, then you can go for the advanced filtering. Okay, but here you need to select or. If you select and, you will not get the values as correct, because if you want to use and, it should satisfy all the condition. State is equal to California, state is equal to New Mexico, state is equal to New York. A single state cannot have 4 or 5 names, right? Either California, either Mexico. Only each state will have only one name. That's why here you use or condition. Okay, right. This is how advanced filter that you are appearing for. Now go to the filtered rows. Okay. Now, if you want to delete this, how you can delete this? I don't want, I want only California. You can click on these 3 dots. Okay. Delete. You can click on this dot, delete. Click on this 3 dot, delete. If I click on this dot, delete. Like this. Okay. Now, let us see about here in this. Okay. I'm selecting. Let me go to the basic over here. Okay. Let us select equal. Now, there is one option called as does not equals. Does not. Filter state does not equals to California means in the final values, you will not find the California, but all the state values that all the states you will be able to find. That means filters does not equals to California. If I select OK. See, Arizona, Alabama, all the values, the green tick means you will able to find that values in that particular column. But this is the blank value called as California. You are not getting because it has some blank value. Okay, that is you have the blank value. But that's because you have selected does not equals to. Now begins with. What is making begins with? I want to filter out all the states starting with the letter A. Arizona, Alabama, like this. I want to filter out begins with A. Click on. See, Arizona, Alabama, Aracanas. So these are the states that you can see able to see. Alabama, Arizona, Aracanas. These are the states that are starting with the letter A. So you can filter in that condition. You can use an option called begins with. So if I want to filter out the state that are begins with C, click on OK. You're able to see. See, California, Colorado, Connecticut. These are the states that are later begins with. So like that, you can able to filter, apply the filters over there. Now, apart from that, I want to filter out does not begins with. Okay, does not begins with. So I don't want the filters, the state except does not begins with A. Okay. So you will in the final filtered column, Arizona, Alabama, Aracanas, that columns, that countries you will not find, and remaining all the countries you will find because does not begins with A. That means if X state which begins with the letter A, that states you will not find because you have selected does not begins with A. Click on OK, you can see here. It is starting with California because there are 3 states are there: Alabama, Aracanas, okay, Arizona. Those are there, but these are not filtering because we have selected the filter called as does not begins with. See, does not begins with. So that is a option of does not. There is an option called as ends with. I want to find the countries, states that ends with NIA. California, New Virginia, NIA, Pennsylvania, like that. If any state is ending with the letter NIA, those states only I want. That's why ends with NIA. First select OK. See, let us see. California, Pennsylvania, Virginia, Virginia, Virginia. So these are the states. See, California, last day, let us say NIA, Pennsylvania, NIA, Virginia, NIA. Only these states are filtered because I have applied the filter that begins, ends with NIA. Okay. I want to filter out the states ends with A. Last letter should be A. Click on OK. There are many states you can find over here. So the states are like, see, Alabama, last letter A, Arizona, last letter A, California, Colombia, Florida, A, Georgia, last letter A, Indiana, Iowa, Louisiana. For all these states, you can see the last letter is ending with the letter A. For all this, only single last letter. So like that, you can apply the text filters for your data. And if it does not ends with A, so does not ends with NIA, I will select. That means in the last, that means Pennsylvania, Virginia. Okay, those states will not, should not come. Okay, because they are ending with NIA. California. So when I click on OK, see the California, those will not find over here. See, Alabama, Arizona, Arkansas is there. Colorado is there, but California is missing here. Why? In the California, last three letters are NIA. So we have selected does not. I want to filter. I don't want the countries which are ending with the letter NIA states. So that's why immediately after Arakanas, you should get as California, but you are not getting Colorado, you are getting and California is missing because the filter that you have selected is I don't want the filters that ends with and does not ends with NIA. So in the last three letters NIA should not be there, but in the California you have last three letters NIA, so that data will not appear. So that is called as does not ends with. There is an option called as contains. So for to understand this, let us go to one column called customer name column, so that you can better understand. Okay, this customer name column you select. So in the customer name column, I will try to apply the filters over here. In the text filters, I will going to apply this contains filter. So I want to filter out that name that contains Allen, like this ALLEN, Allen. So I want Allen. It may be present starting of the name, or it may be present in between of the name, or in between the end of the name. But in any particular name, if I find the word, we call it as Allen, I need to filter out those names. So contains Allen, I click on OK. Customer name, click on. Now let us see how. See, Allen Armold, Allen Goldenen, Allen Rosenblatt, Andrew Allen. See, you have seen Allen, Allen Armold, Allen Goldenen, Allen Rosenblatt, Andrew Allen. So here like this, you can able to see here, Allen, the name Allen is C. So the names in the Allen starting, Andrew Arnold, Allen Goldenman, Allen Rosenblatt, for this Allen is present at the starting. For Andrew Allen, this Allen is present at the end. So like this, you can able to see the Allen customer name as Allen. Now, like this, if I contain same contains text filters, you can contains, you can see here, which contains new. If the name is any new, it is present. You filter on OK. No, but in the table, and no customer name is having the new. Okay. So I am removing it. Now I will go to the state column. In the state column, I want to filter the any name, the text filter, okay, which contains new. Click on OK. See, New York. So in the state, we have the New York, that New York is filtered over here. So like this, if I want to remove the transformation, you can see here all the transformation you can remove. And again in the state, if I move the transformation now in the text filter, which contains, I'm selecting again new. See, New York, New Jersey, all you will get. New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York. For all these states, you have the new as a word, like word is there, right? So I use the filter out the states which contains the new in the country, in that particular state. So these are the state that contains. Now, same filters I will apply here does not contains. If a calculator does not contains new, this New York, New Hampshire, New Jersey will not appear. See, click on OK. When I open here, see when you MN, you come to N, MN. See, North Carolina is there, but New York, New Hampshire, that is not there. Because we have filtered out the state does not contains new. That means in this state that any state which contains the name as new, that will not appear. See, you will not find New York, you will not get New Hampshire. Okay, those are the states that you will not get. So because we have selected the word called does not contains. Okay, so these are the options that you can see. Equals to, does equals, does not equals, begins, does not begins with, ends with, does not ends with, contains and does not contain. So in these different ways that you can apply the text filters. There is another filters called as numbers filters also there. If you are applying the filters on numbers data, then that filters we call it as the number filters. So if I want to go to the new source over here, or if I want to connect to the recent sources, in the recent source I want to collect this employee department table, I can select this. So directly employee department table, in the department and employee, these two tables I want to load. And especially I want to load this employee table. So instead of department, I want only employee table. This is department table. Okay. This is employee table. I'm selecting this employee table. Okay, click on OK. So I want this employee table. So employee table is loading. Now let us see about the number filters. So let us see about the number filters. Go to the transform data over here in this. Okay, let us see what type of. I want to apply the number filters on salary column. So click on this. So number filters first equals to. So what is the data inside? First, you need to understand before applying any filters. See the data. What is the data? You have employee number, employee joined this employee name. They have given their what is the employee name, what is the job of that particular person, who is the manager, okay, manager of that particular manager ID, when they have hired that particular candidate, what is the salary of that particular candidate, is getting any commission, and which department he belongs. This type of the data is there, and you have employee name and you have salary. Now my requirement, I want to filter out the person who is having salary out of this salary equal to some 1500, or salary equal to some, you can say the salary equal to the person is 3000. So the person who is having the 3000 salary. You can click on here in the number filter, filter out the person you are applying on salary column equals to. I want to filter out the person who is having the salary equal to 3000. See 3000. Click on OK. See, there are two employees. Okay, both are having the job analyst. Okay, that person is having the salary as this. Okay, that is employee name is Scott and Ford. These are the employee names. Okay, they are having salary 3000. So their job is analyst. Now you can apply. You can go and filter rows over here. Instead of applying the filter, you can click on this gear icon. In the gear icon, filter the salary equal to suppose 1500. Click on. So there is one person called Turner by the name is having the salary as 1500. Okay, like this, you can apply the filters over here. For the, now there is another option called as does not equals to. So I want to filter the person that is having salary equal to 1500. That means Turner is having 1500 salary. I don't want this person who's having this salary. So if I click on OK, except Turner who is having salary 1500, other employee salaries will reflect, and this salary of this Turner who is having 1500 will not reflect. See, if I want to see, does not equals, because you have selected does not equals, then click on OK. Okay. Once you click on OK, now let us see over here. how this data will see. See, salary equal to here. What you have selected filter does not equals to 1500, right? 1500. So when you see the particular person, you will not get the 1500 value. If the person is having the 1500 salary is there, no, because you have selected does not equals to. And you will not see the name of Turner. The Turner name is not visible. So we have seen equals to does not equals to greater than. So I want the salary of the person who is greater than 1500 or greater than 2000. That means I want the persons who are having salary greater than 2000, about 2000 only, not 2000, not equal to 2000 also. Any person who is having the salary greater than 2000, I want the salary of that person and employee names of that persons. In that condition, you select is greater than. See, Jones, Blake, Clark, Scott, King, Ford, they are having more than 2000, 29, 28, 24, all these are greater than 2000, right? Like that. I want to filter out the persons having salary greater than 1500. See, 1600 to 1600 is also greater than 1500, right? So this will, that is called as greater than. Now, if I select 50 greater than 1500 means above 1500 only you will get. But instead of this, I will select greater than or equal to 1500 means the person who is having salary 1500 also you will get, and the person who is having greater than that 1500 also you will get. So a greater than or equal to means 1500 and 1500 above. If you select over here and okay, you will see slight change. See 1500% Turner also you will get the person. If you want to sort it like this, see if I click on start ascending, it will see 1500 and above 1500. 1500 salary you got and above 1500 also the person is having above 1500 also you will get. That means greater than or equal to, that is a difference. Now if you want to remove the sorting, you can remove simply like this. Now you can see greater than or equal to less than. I want to filter out the person whose salary less than 1500. Less than 1500 I want. Click on OK. See, all these are less than 1500. 1300, 1100, 1250, 1250, 1800, 950. These are the persons who are having salary less than 1500. If I select less than or equal to 1500, that means 1500 you will get and less than 1500 also you will get. See 1500. These are the person having less than or equal to 1500 means this 1500. If you want to sort ascending, you can click on sort ascending. Yeah, this is a 1500. This person is having the salary 1500, less than 1500, 1300, 1250, 1100, 950, 800. These are also less than 1500, right? So the filtered rows that you can see over here, you can see cell and see equals to, does not equal to, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. So these are the filters that you can select in case of number filters. So they will ask in the interview, what are the different type of filters are there in what type of the filters that you have played with the number filters. You can say about with equal to, does not equal to, greater than or equal to, less than or less than or equal to. So they may ask in case of what type of the filters which are you have worked in case of text filter, they will ask. So in the text filter, you worked on equals, does not equals to, begins with, does not begins with, ends with, does not ends with, contains and does not contains. And they will ask in the interview like what is the difference between different type of the data types are there, text data type, number data types and date data types. And to understand that this is the important, there is one important topic we call it as what is the difference. See, in the home tab, in the transform tab, you have many options, right? In the transform tab, when I go to the order table, in the transform tab, you have many options like this: transpose, reverse, data type, move one pivot, extra, scientific. When you go to the add column, also you have many options: index column, this. So you make the transformation. You can make the transformation by using the transform tab, these options, or you can use because some options which are there in the transform tab will also have repeated in the add column also. Okay. Some options which are there in the transform tab will also present in the add column tab. And some options which are there in the add column tab will also present in the transform tab. But what is the difference if you use the options which are present in the transform tab and add column? They will ask difference between transform and add column. So for example, I will select, see, this is ship date. Suppose ship date. My requirement is from this, I want to extract year 11/11/2016, last year 2016-15. This is you need to find. So in that condition, what you will do? So first I will go and do it in the transform tab. Okay, in the transform tab, I select the ship date. From this, I want year. So what I will do, I will come to the date column. I will select this year. In the year, I want only year. See, I am getting in the ship date only year value. When you use the transform tab, the transformation will takes place within that column only. Within that column only, the transformation will takes place when you apply the transform tab. Within that place only, you can able to see the transformation. Okay, that is called as uh, transform tab. So I will remove this. But when we apply same, go to the add column in the ship date in the add column. Okay. Now if I go select on date, now you select here. What happens? This ship date will be present here only. But you have selected add column means a new column will be added at the dead right end. In that dead right end, you will get in the ship date only years. See, you can see here. See, last. See, years. 2024, 24, 26. But that ship date you will getting over here. This for this ship. 2024, 24, 24, 2017, 16. See, 2020, 2014, 2014, 17, and 16. So this is the difference. The difference between the transform tab and add column is if we perform this odd column, within that column, the changes will take place. Suppose, see, the ship mode is there. I want to convert this all into, suppose I want to, there is an option called as here, format option is there. Okay, format option, it is there in the transform. Do you have the format option over here? Yeah. Now my requirement is I want convert all this into capital letters, uppercase. You can select the transform tab. And there is an option called as format. Okay. So let me go to that format. In the format, I will click on uppercase. See, within that class, within that column, those changes are taking place. So whatever the text is there, it is converted into capital letters. Now what I will do, so I will remove this. Okay. Now it's chip mode. Now I will do that through add column tab. In the add column also you have format uppercase. If I do on this, what happens as I'm doing in the add column, it will try to create one another column with at the dead right end. In that column, all these letters which are there here, it will convert it into uppercase. See, on upper. Now look, the ship mode will be there only here. But when as you done through add column, there is a dead right end. See, happen when column name is created and all this converted into standard. So that is the difference between you make the transform. The transformations will be same when you do column through add column tab or transform tab. But when you do in the transform tab, the transformation take place within that column. But if you do the transformation by using the add column tab, a new column will be created. In that new column, the changes will take place. Okay. So this is what we have learned from the today's class. So what are the topics that we have studied in the today's class? First, I have discussed about data types. What are the different type of the data types are there? Apart from that, I have discussed about what are the different type of the filters which are there. What is the text filters, number filters, and date filters. And third, we have discussed about what is the difference between add column tab and transform tab. In the filters also, we have completed text and number, and tomorrow we'll be studying exclusively on date filters in the Power Query. Okay. Hope you have understood the every concept. So with this, we have completed the free classes. Since I request everyone to enroll for the this course to get more insights on Power BI. So by end of the Power Query transformation, we will try to touch each and option which are there in the Power Query, and you will get the hands-on experience like more than 5+ or 6+ years of professional. Okay. Yes, thank you. Thank you for joining the session, and I will send the recording to you, and let us join in the next class.